If your spring or summer garden has left you disappointed this year, don't worry about it. You get a brand new start here in August. It's the middle of the summer here in our Florida garden, and now is the time that we start transitioning to starting our fall seeds indoors. If you've been to any of the big box stores lately, you know the struggle. My peppers were abysmal this year, so I went to the store to try to look at some pepper transplants. I could not believe that one pepper plant was $10, and I was not about to spend $50 on 5 pepper plants. So instead, I left the store that day with some seed starting mix, and I hopped on Botanical Interest in Burpee to buy my fall and winter seeds. Today I'll show you the seeds that I bought for this coming fall and winter, as well as the upgrades I'm making to my seed starting setup inside. If you want to save yourself some time, UF Extension Office actually has a list on one of their web pages of all of the varieties that they recommend growing in Florida for each of their vegetables. It's a little bit tricky to find, but I'll put the URL in the description below. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of that page, there's a table 2. And if you click that table 2, a pop-up will come up that you can scroll through to see the table of all the different varieties. Again, it always takes me a minute to find it, so I put it together into a spreadsheet for myself. That link will also be in the description below. And of course, if you have any Florida gardening buddies that you want to share this video with, that would be great. That's the only way that our channel grows and that we get to help more Florida gardeners just like you and me. So let's talk about one of my favorite parts of the garden, picking out new seeds for the upcoming year. Jumping into our fall crops, there are 8 plants that I have growing inside right now that I just started this past week that I plan to transplant out this coming August. Number 1 on the list is tomatoes. I'm loving the San Marzano tomatoes that we're growing this year. It is truly a paste tomato, so when you slice it open, it's actually rather dry. I've been freezing those, and I hope to make a big batch of sauce at the end of the summer. In the fall time, I also switch away from my cherry tomatoes and my grape tomato varieties, and I go towards some of my larger tomatoes. I find that the larger tomatoes have an easier time growing in the fall and into the winter because there's less pest pressure and the temperature isn't so intense for them. So I did plant some of my beefsteak variety seeds that I have had year after year from just saving for my tomatoes. So we'll get those going now inside, and we'll plant those out in early to late August. Number 2 on the list is peppers. Peppers are a very slow grower, but I'm trying something different with them this season. I sowed the same seeds in the Aero Garden that I did in trays. So the Aero Garden, of course, has the built-in grow light over it, and the trays have the hanging grow light over it. I'm going to see if there's a difference in how long they take to get strong enough to transplant out. For my pepper varieties this year, I bought some sweet banana peppers from Burpee, and I also bought some chili peppers that are supposed to be more on the mild side from Botanical Interests. Number 3 on our list is eggplant. So I know some of you all are eggplant haters, just like I am not an okra lover, but let me tell you, there are so many different ways that you can actually prepare eggplant that make it taste completely different. Some of my favorite recipes are eggplant parmesan. Recently, I've been dicing and roasting the eggplant in the oven just like you would with a sweet potato, and it has been delicious. Even my husband, who does not care for eggplant parm, is liking or tolerating the diced eggplant on top of like a Mediterranean bowl. So if you have not liked eggplant so far, don't give up on it. It is such a great producer down here, and those big leaves give such good shade to the rest of our plants that it's really worth your time to give it another try. I'm starting some eggplant seeds inside from eggplants I've saved in the past years as well. They're also taking a little bit longer to get going in my garden, so I'm going to save those now and hopefully transplant them out towards the end of August or early September. The 4th seed that I'm starting inside this month is my blue kale. Blue kale was a purchase for me last spring from Burpee, so I'm planting some of those now to transplant out in August. Numbers 5 and 6 are our basil and our cilantro. Basil is, of course, our warm-loving herb, and cilantro likes it a little bit cooler, but I'm starting them both from seed inside right now, and I plan to plant my basil out in full sun, where I'm going to plant my cilantro in the understory of some of my taller crops, like my eggplants or like my maturing tomatoes. Number 7 is such a beautiful flower. They have them at all of the stores for transplants, but I am starting my own this year. It is celosia. I tried some celosia seeds in the spring, but they took a really long time to get going. I'm going to try them again this fall inside, give them a little extra time, and transplant those out probably sometime in September. And last but not least is a new one for me this year. It is Mexican tarragon. Mexican tarragon is supposed to love our hot weather here. It's not frost tolerant, but the flowers of the Mexican tarragon are supposed to be absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to start some seeds indoors now, and we'll see how it goes. I also have 4 crops that I'm going to be direct sowing into my fall garden starting in July all the way through August. The 2 traditional crops that I'm going to be sowing in August are my carrots and zucchini. I've always waited until later in the season to do carrots, but UF does recommend that you can start some carrots in August. So I'm going to give that a try this year, direct sowing carrots into some of my pots and some of my beds. Again, focusing on the areas that have those taller crops growing from the spring to give that soil a little bit of shade, since those carrot seeds need to stay rather moist. 2 new varieties that I'm going to be trying this coming fall are yard-long beans and Armenian cucumbers. Yard-long beans are supposed to taste like a green bean, but they are very long. These guys will definitely need a trellis, so I'll be planting them in the edges of my bed so they can trellis over a few of these guys that I have placed around. From what I've read, they can take a little while to get going, and they are great to plant in the spring, but I'm still going to give them a try to plant in this fall. Armenian cucumbers are actually in the melon family, but they taste and look like a cucumber. They're also supposed to love our hot weather here, so as soon as August comes around, I'm going to pop a few of those cucumber seeds directly into the soil and see what we get. Now, while those fall crops are growing inside, or I'm mapping out where I want to plant them come August, I've also ordered my winter seeds for this year. Of course, it costs a few dollars to ship these seeds, so I really try to order my fall and winter seeds together, and then come January and February, I'll order my spring and summer seeds, so they can all be delivered at one time. My brassicas last year were just not good. Overall, it was just a bad year for my brassicas. So this year, I'm trying things a little bit differently. I only ordered the recommended varieties from UF for my cabbage, my broccoli, and my cauliflower, as well as for my lettuce, fennel, and carrots. Since we can't plant those out until October, or maybe in some areas September, I won't be starting those inside for a bit longer, but I do have all of my seeds ready to go. I'm also trying 3 new types of herbs in my fall and winter gardens this year. I'm going to be planting mammoth dill, which if it holds up to his name is going to mean a lot of dill for our pickles and for our sandwiches and cucumber salads, and I cannot wait. And I'm also trying chamomile. I tried to direct sow some chamomile seeds in the spring last year and nothing happened. So I'm going to start those chamomile seeds inside this year and see how long it takes them to actually get big enough where they would be good for a transplant. The 3rd herb I'm going to be trying is lemon balm. Along with the roselle I'm growing this year, and hopefully the chamomile and that lemon balm, I'm hoping to do some homemade teas for this winter or early next spring. And the 3 flowers I'm going to be focusing on for this coming winter are rudbeckia, snapdragons, and alyssum. Again, I don't have great luck direct sowing my flower seeds. I'm definitely still learning that skill, so I'm going to be planting a bunch of flower seeds inside this winter to try to get them to grow big enough and strong enough where I can transplant them out into the garden and have them actually survive. As far as lettuce grows, I was looking for some varieties that actually had some texture and some crunch to it. I have had some like soggy garden lettuce in the past, and I just need a little bit more texture in my salads. So the black seeded Simpson lettuce and the butter crunch lettuce looked like 2 great varieties. They're also on the UF recommended list for lettuces to grow down here, and they looked like they had a little bit more texture than what I've been growing. So let's talk a bit about starting seeds indoors. I have been trying to start seeds indoors for years now, and my setup has evolved dramatically. I feel like I'm what you would call like a minimalist gardener. I don't want to have a lot of stuff. I don't want to have to buy a lot of things in order to grow my plants. So I would just grow in whatever containers I had with whatever light was available from the window. And if you're just starting, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, because however you can develop that love for gardening and that respect for growing something from a seed is great. So if you start like I did with growing in egg cartons and in window light, I think that's fine, and you will just evolve your seed starting setup as your passion evolves. Throughout the years, I have purchased the Burpee 16 cell trays, and I recently had a great find on Facebook Marketplace where I got the Vigo 76 cell trays in a 4-stack of them for a really good deal. And I've added on a grow light, which really has made a difference. And this year, since I have those 76 cell trays, I'm actually going to be purchasing an additional grow light to make sure that I give enough light to those plants before I can transplant them out into the garden. Another upgrade that I've made for this planting season that I have never done before is to buy some seed starting mix. It kind of seemed silly to me in the past to think that I needed a specific type of soil to grow seeds in when seeds grow outside all of the time and through cracks in the sidewalk. I'm going to try this seed starting mix this year to see if I actually notice a difference in the germination rate or in how strong the plants are or in the amount of roots that are actually in the pot when I go to transplant them in, and I'll let you all know. It might seem crazy to start thinking about your fall garden now when we're in the middle of the summer and the sun is still so hot, but it gives you a great activity to do indoors while it can be pretty hot outside. And if you start some of those heavy hitter fall seeds now, you are going to be so thankful come August, September, and October when you're having fruits and you're not having to buy those $10 pepper transplants from the big box store. If you've never started seeds inside before, just start where you're at. Maybe that's like me with an egg carton in the window, or maybe your passion evolves into grow lights and seed starting mix and trays. But wherever you're at, just start. Put the seed in the ground and start growing for fall. If you found this video helpful today, make sure you like and subscribe and share it with your favorite Florida gardening buddy. Until next time.